because I want to address this while I'm here. We were on Fag Talk, and we were talking about, you know, how beautiful you are and how you've gotten
Yeah, you called me a trainee.
I did. I said trainee. There's a difference.
What's a trainee?
Well, I'm a trainee.
Okay.
You know, so I said you were giving trainee. When you give trainee, bitch,
You giving it. Okay.
you're giving it.
Okay, put me up on game.
Bitch, I'm talking about trainee. Bitch, I'm talking about the girl that's gonna stay, because you know the,
put me up on game.
you know the
girl.
trainees that are turning. These girls are standing in the heel. They're standing in the lash.
But you know,
they're
I
standing
didn't even care. I don't really care.
But we were not.
Because people be caring when
But no,
other
Nene,
people
this is
don't
the thing.
care.
I wanted to make sure I talked about this with you.
Make
we
me
were not
understand
calling
it.
you a man.
Right,
Because
okay.
you are all woman.
Right,
You're
I am.
Amazon woman.
Yeah.
So we were not calling you a man. We were saying, bitch, how beat you are.
Yeah.
We were saying this bitch is beat.
Right.
That bitch is in her lash. She's in her shoe.
Right.
That bitch is in her hair.
Yeah, so she been in her lash and shoe. I'm
That
gonna use that
bitch-
from now
that
on. Being
bitch
in my
is
lash
beat.
and being in my shoe.
She's in.
I'm gonna be from now on using that. I'm in my lash
She's
and I'm
in
in
her
my
lash.
shoe.
She's in her shoe.
Yes.
She's sitting up under that mug.
Thank you.
Bitch,
I'm
she-
in my wig.
Bitch, she's up under that
in my
hat.
lash and in my shoe. I got
She is sitting up under that mug. That's what we were saying.
There you go.
The people were so busy because they try to say like we girls that are trans are like we're men. Okay, we were born male.
Right.
Yes, we were born male.
Right.
But bitch, when you giving trainee,
You're giving.
You're giving.
Right, you're giving.
You're
I got
giving.
It. I got it. I got it. I got it.
You're giving.
Okay,
honey.
I got it.
People were trying to spin my words on you, saying that you're a
I
ma'am,
never
you
care.
are a woman.
I never care.
Ma'am, you are a female.
Please understand, I never
I got
care.
it, Nene, but I'm here.
I just said we got to ask Tia so she can tell us what this means.
By now, you guys already know the drill. If I'm coming to you in my car, especially with no makeup on, you know I have something important to say. So I'm just popping in. I'm actually in the middle of the Conversation with a Black Men series. Please check out that series on this channel. But I'm popping in to have a conversation with you all that is one that in the Black community we often want to avoid. And it is getting to the point where I can no longer talking about this because, as many of you know, one of the main things I talk about here is beauty and body standards of Black women. Beauty and body standards in the Black community. And I am a fan of the Nene Leakes podcast. I've been watching her podcast. It's relatively new. And I was watching her interview T.S. Madison, who is a trans woman. And they had this conversation that I found to be extremely awkward. But more importantly, not only was it awkward, it was offensive. I felt as though Nene Leakes should have been offended by T.S. Madison saying that she's complimenting Nene when she says that she looks trans. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. As I stated when I started this video, to use myself as an example right now, I have on no makeup, just lip gloss. And one of the benefits of being a woman, and I'm not trying to get all political, this is not what this video is about. This video is about beauty standards. One of the benefits of being born a woman is that if I so choose not to wear any makeup and I happen to go outside, in most cases, people do not confuse me for a man. What T.S. Madison was sharing with Nene Leakes and telling her and basically saying that she shouldn't be offended when people say that she looks trans. In fact, she should be proud or excited because it's a compliment. In fact, T.S. Madison implied and perhaps directly said that this is the highest compliment that you can pay a woman is calling her trans, because essentially what that means is that said woman is extremely attractive, has a lot of glam going on, her makeup is perfect, her wig is perfect, her lashes are perfect. Like, it essentially telling a natural born woman that she looks trans, according to T.S. Madison, is the highest compliment that you can pay a woman. This is no offense to the trans community, but in my opinion on this issue, I would take that as an offense. I do not want to be compared to a person who was born a man who is trying to look like a woman, or a person who was born a man who believes that they are a woman. They have the right to do that. I do not feel as though the way I look should be compared to this other person, and also that would not be a compliment. So I actually felt like T.S. Madison was low-key throwing some shade at Nene, or trying to cover up the fact that she actually insulted Nene when she called her trans. But for the sake of her probably trying to smooth things over, she said that she was complimenting Nene. This is something that is gonna keep coming up, right? This is something that in the in the Black community is taboo. It is controversial. It's something that we want to avoid talking about. We don't want to address this. But as I have talked about Nene Leakes on this channel, I have talked about wearing too much makeup, all of that stuff on this channel. We have to acknowledge that there are women who really believe that the more trans they look, the more beautiful. And it's one of the big problems, because as some of you may know, and maybe you don't know this, but even BBLs, women getting BBLs, that comes from the trans community. So there is a big issue, and it's been kind of hidden in our community, a big issue with Black women confusing the aesthetic of a man, again, who believes that he's a woman, that aesthetic, with the aesthetic of a natural born woman. And again, most trans women have to wear wigs, have to wear makeup, have to wear without those things, they will not look like a woman. A woman who was born a woman, as Nene Leakes does not need all of that. She's choosing to look like that, and I don't personally feel like it's the best look, but I believe Nene chooses that look because she thinks it makes her look younger, and perhaps it does. But there's been this conversation for many years about Nene, and even just hilarious. There's women who really, when they get all glammed up, they give trans. That's what they give. That's the aesthetic that they give. And people joke about it, laugh it off, haha. But at the end of the day, again, we have to address that there are women who really believe that this is the path to beauty. The path to beauty is the more trans you look, the more beautiful. And I'm curious what you guys think about this. Another thing, this podcast got really, really awkward. I'm going to play some other parts of the podcast that got a little bit uncomfortable, but I thought it was a good discussion, because a lot of what came up on this podcast, they're topics that we don't talk about as a community. They're topics that we shy away from. And so I'm gonna play to you the rest of what I thought was interesting. Let me know what you think.
Do you love your life, Nene?
I do. I'm getting in a much better place where I feel like I am really at peace with everything in my life. So I am happy. You know, there's a piece of my life that's missing. My husband's not here. I'm used to having a partner with me.
Are you dating?
Yes, I am dating, and I was dating someone for a while, for almost 4 years now. But we're not dating anymore.
Okay, good.
No, you didn't say okay, good.
Yeah, you got somebody new. Listen, if
I don't have anybody new. I'm single.
What, you still dating? A new person?
I'm not dating a new person. I was dating him for.
So are you dating new people? Are you?
I'm open to dating new people. Some of my girlfriends have tried to hook me up a little bit.
So your ideal man, does he necessarily need to be rich?
Yes, he does.
He needs to be rich. I love you.
Yeah. There would just be no exceptions. If you see me with him, he got some money. But sure, because I've already built a life with my husband, and I don't want to help build somebody. I want somebody, I'm the gift giver. I'm always giving people. I would love for someone to give me. I want to be able to travel the world.
With him?
And I don't want to buy you a first class seat because I'm going to be sitting in first class.
Yeah, because listen, I don't go past row 6.
Right. Where you going to be sitting at, see? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I want you to be with me, and I want to be able to travel the world with you. And so I need somebody that's just world traveled. They understand, they get it, they have a career. I just need somebody like that.
I'm going to date several men at a time.
Well, if you meet somebody that's just good for me, let me know. Because
Would you date him if I know him?
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well, okay. Well, I you know when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you.
Yeah. What is he?
Well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
And if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now,
but what is he?
Well, that would possibly, it's a possibility.
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot. That means you be whatever you like.
Parts,
pan.
Not parts.
Right. So whatever you see you like, whatever I'm on, that's what I'm on today.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
You know, a lot of men are a lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like
I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
Nene, if you've dated
I need you to like
Nene, if you've
Hello
dated
Kitty all the time.
If you've dated men,
yes.
If you've dated men, there's a possibility in your life that
he's been with a man.
He's been with something.
What do you mean he's been with something?
He's been outside. I mean, here's the thing. I know that women consider trans women men because we were born male. But there's a difference between being man and male.
I get it. But you have your part.
That's correct.
So he can love you and think you're so beautiful, and I want to sleep with you.
There are men who deal with me that won't touch my parts. Anytime you see
But does he know it's there?
Yeah, he knows it's there. I'm not hiding it.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I mean, that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, I've had gentlemen to tell me, "Hey, put a pillow over that," and I'm like, "Well, you're not the nigga for me. You don't have to touch it and deal with it, but I'm not hiding shit from you."
So, okay, wait a minute. We gotta go back and figure this out.
Yeah.
So the man.
Now we talking.
Yeah. So the man gonna be sleeping with me and you. I don't want to talk to him no more.
You don't.
No.
Because
see, he's not telling me the truth. 9 times out of 10, the guy seemed like he would come and tell me that he's bisexual. So what if he never told me? Isn't he lying to me? You said they wake up and lie.
They do.
So he woke up and lied.
But how can we make men comfortable to even say that they find other things outside of
I don't know, but I feel like he should tell me what he likes.
But here's the thing: you might demonize him for telling.
I won't. I just probably won't be with him.
Yeah, that is correct. And then men risk they risk losing that. You know, there's some men that have experiences, just like there are women that have had an experience.
Well, why he can't do to me the same thing he doing to you?
Because I don't have a pussy.
But well, okay, you're right. I forgot. Okay.
I don't have a pussy.
But still, he's coming over there looking at your beautiful hair and makeup.
Uh-huh.
Well, he can't come over my house and see mine.
Well, yeah.
Well, what's going on?
Well, shit.
Why the hell you going to sleep with me then going to sleep with you for?
Men like variety.
Oh, please. I don't want him.
Well, shit. I mean, hey, but it's happening.
I'm over it.
But these things, this is what women.
That's why I'm not even dating. I mean, I'm dating, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know.
But you can't hold yourself to a dating standard because you're afraid of a man. That's not the worst
So
thing
you
that
think
can
it's
happen.
okay for me to sleep with a guy that's sleeping like that?
Well, if he's sleeping,
Having sex like that?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that if he's bisexual, but here's the myth about bisexuality.
Do you think I should be taking PrEP? Is it called
Yes, yes. I think that all women should be taking PrEP.
PrEP? Really?
Yes.
Because a friend of mine told me she's taking it.
Tamar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women really understand that men are a creature of curiosity. They're a creature of if that dick get hard, they gonna fuck it.
Really?
In these days and times, if you're married, these niggas is loose.
They are. You are right now. That part I know
These
you right
niggas
about.
is loose.
They outside.
They out the door.
They are
I
out
don't give a
the
fuck
door.
how bad
Okay.
you is,
They
how
out the
pretty
door.
you is, how fine, how sexy, how rich you are.
Yeah.
These niggas outside.
They are outside.
So that's why you got to be outside.
You
bro.
do. Thank you so much. Yes.
I love you,
You look
Nene.
great.
Thank you,
Make
you
sure
too.
you call me.
I'll just say that some of what Nene Leakes was saying about wanting a rich man and that being her requirement, some of it made sense because she's herself rich, quote, so to speak. But it also speaks to the dynamic I talked about as far as Nene Leakes with her trans look, as T.S. Madison stated. Is it realistic for her to expect to get a rich or wealthy man? Nene Leakes is in her 50s. And the irony here being is that I believe Nene Leakes prefers younger men or men her age. Would a man in his 50s who's wealthy or rich be interested in a Nene Leakes? And I think we all know the answer here. And it really has nothing to do with her look, because she actually looks good for her age, but it does have something to do with her attitude. And as we've talked about, she would have to get on this man's plan and program. Do we think that Nene Leakes is going to be able to do this, realistically speaking? Right. Now, is there a guy in his 60s, perhaps, who would be absolutely interested in Nene Leakes and who has money? Possibly. But again, can Nene Leakes get on? She would definitely have to get on that guy's program and plan. And can she do that? Probably not, because she spends a lot of time keying about being strong and independent. Although she was married. So, again, this is a somewhat quick video. Not the typical bells and whistles with this video, but please do support the Conversation with a Black Man series. I had the pleasure of interviewing Corey Morris. I will be doing an interview. You'll see interviews next week. I have up and coming Curtis Brooks from Life Coaching for Men, and Obsidian, who many of you know, who will be on the channel. So stay tuned. Again, support the Conversations with a Black Man series. Playing now. A couple episodes. It was actually a total in the whole series. There's like 17 episodes. But I just dropped 2 episodes in the last couple days right here on this channel. Please do support that series. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm not going to go through my usual, as always. I'll just keep it short today. As always, I'm actually heading to take my daughter to her swimming class. So this was like a real quick popping in. As always, stay tuned for more videos.